Are you alright?
Who the hell is Private Doc?
Waiting for what?
Private Doc's to finish praying for us, sir.
There I was, clinging to the edge of that jagged cliff, bullets whizzing past like angry hornets, the air thick with smoke and screams. The ridge loomed above me, a wall of death we called the escarpment, riddled with hidden bunkers where the enemy waited like shadows. My hands bled from the rope as I lowered another wounded buddy down, whispering to myself,
"Help me get one more. Please, Lord."
Explosions shook the ground, bodies lay twisted everywhere, and I could feel the weight of every life pulling at me. I'd already dragged a dozen guys from the firestorm, dodging grenades and bayonets, my heart pounding like a drum. One guy, my Sergeant Barker, shot bad in the leg, looked up at me with wide eyes as I tied the knot around him. "How are you doing this without a gun?" he gasped. The night stretched on forever, but I wouldn't stop. Not until the cries faded. But to understand why I was up there, alone in that hell, risking everything without firing a shot, let me take you back to where it all started. I grew up in a small town, rough around the edges, with my brother Ben and our folks. Dad, Jack, was a broken man from the last big war, haunted by ghosts, quick with his fists when the bottle took over. One day as kids, Ben and I got into a scrap that went too far. I grabbed a brick and swung hard, nearly ending him right there on the dirt. He went still, blood pooling, and in that moment something shattered inside me. Mom Anna pulled me aside later, pointing to the words on the wall, "Thou shalt not kill." Those words burned into my soul. I swore I'd never harm another living thing no matter what. Violence wasn't my path. Years passed and I found work at a mill, strong but gentle. Then I met her, Sarah, a nurse with eyes like stars and a smile that lit the dark. I saved a guy's life after a car wreck, tying off his bleeding leg with my belt, and there she was at the hospital, tending to him. I kept coming back just to see her, fumbling my words until I finally asked her out. We climbed a cliff together one day. I scaled it barehanded to impress her, heart racing not from the height, but from her laugh. We fell deep in love. She taught me first aid, bandaging my hands, and I knew she was the one. When the war exploded, bombs on our harbors, I felt the pull to serve, but as a healer, not a killer. Ben had already signed up, and Dad raged against it, his old wounds reopening. But I enlisted anyway, promising Sarah I'd come back. She gave me her book of faith, pressing it to my chest. "Keep this close. We promised forever." Training camp was brutal, a forge meant to break you. Sergeant Barker drilled us hard, push-ups in mud, runs till your lungs burned. My squad, they called me weak when I refused the rifle.
"I can't touch a gun."
I told them straight, "I'm here to save lives, not take 'em." Captain Ellis tried to boot me, calling me a coward. They piled on extra duties, beat me in the barracks one night, fists and boots raining down, but I wouldn't rat them out. Stood my ground even when they locked me up for skipping Saturday drills, my holy day. Sarah visited, tears in her eyes, begging me to bend. But Dad showed up at the trial, waving a letter from a big-shot general. My beliefs were protected. Charges dropped. Sarah and I tied the knot quick, her in white, me in uniform. Then it was off to the front. We shipped to the islands, heat like a blanket, fear in every eye. The ridge waited, a sheer drop guarding enemy lines, bodies from failed attacks littering the base. We climbed under fire, ropes slipping in sweat. The top was chaos, machine guns chattering, grenades blooming like fire flowers. We pushed hard, taking bunkers one by one, but the cost was high. That first night, Buddy and I shared a hole in the ground. He confessed his doubts. I shared my story with Dad's gun. We bonded, brothers now. Dawn brought the storm. The enemy surged like a wave, cutting us down. Buddy fell, chest torn open. Retreat sounded, but I couldn't leave the wounded. That's when I stayed, turning back into the madness. The enemy closed in. I hid in their tunnels, heart thumping, pulling a guy with no legs to safety. Even saved an enemy soldier once, bandaging his wounds before sending him down. Dawn broke and there was Sergeant Barker pinned down. I hauled him out under bullets, rope burning my palms raw. Below, the men stared in awe as the dead kept coming. Captain Ellis pulled me aside. "We won't go back up without you." It was my holy day, but I nodded, prayed quick, then led the charge. We stormed again, fresh fire in our veins. They faked surrender, grenades hidden. I kicked one away, saving Ellis and more. A blast hit me, shards in my leg, but we broke them. Down the cliff I went, clutching Sarah's book, blood soaking through. In the end, they counted 75 souls I pulled from that ridge. The president himself pinned a medal on me, but it wasn't about glory. It was about faith, about holding true when the world demanded blood. And that was Hacksaw Ridge. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more recaps.